There we go.
Aha! So
Yeah.
I'm recording this. Yeah, you're looking
Are
pretty
you
damn
really?
fine. Well, that's the whole idea. We're supposed to make a video today, right?
I didn't know. I forgot all about that. I forgot. Look, I've got my hair sticking up in the air.
Oh,
Oh shit.
that's a,
Hello, Canada. Scotland calling. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice here. A little bit rainy, but pretty balmy, around 10 degrees or something. So,
Freezing here.
yeah?
I've just come back from the Glen. I was in Glen Esk. You've been in Glen Esk, you and Martin.
Yeah. I loved it. It was great.
We went there today with Janet, this wonderful psychic lady we have living with us. She works with a lot of energies and crystals. She's great. I haven't seen her for about 10, 15 years. So she's up visiting for about 4 or 5 days. So we were in Glen Esk. We found the post box again. It was great.
I was looking at those pictures yesterday because for what you and I are going to do, we were looking for some funny things to put up. But, because we like to always keep things, when people say, some people that I know that work with me, they'll say, oh, you've got to be more professional and more stern and, and more this. I don't think, I just going to be who I am. And I'm kind of a bit of a crazy person. I like to fool around. And I know maybe that's why you and I get along so great, because you're just as funny as anything. But if you start me laughing through this...
We're not going to do that. We're going to be very professional. I've got these glasses, by the way.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see them.
I can see them.
Because, yeah?
Yep.
They're supposed to be, they're camouflage glasses. Yeah, seriously. I just assumed if you put them on, nobody would be able to see you. Maybe if like...
They're not invisible.
I don't know where I found them. Anyway, where are we? We're going to talk about some things we're going to be doing in May. Is that right?
Yeah. So, I'd like you to sort of head out the thing because, without you, I wouldn't be down there. And without the Swan, and Swan and Simpson protocol are very different, but very cohesive together.
Yeah, they work together, yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a couple of questions, first of all, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So I know that you truly believe, and I've never seen it in action, but that it's simpler and it's much faster to use the Simpson protocol in the therapy room. Yeah, you're happy with that?
Yeah, I think maybe not faster than the Swan, because Swan is a different orientation, but from regular style hypnosis, regression to cause, or anything else, it's faster. The first session can be a little longer than normal, but it'll get so much done that many times, depending on the client, I will do one large issue, or sometimes all the, what we talk about, little adjacent issues, when you clear this up and then something else shows up, right? It's just like having plates in a restaurant thing, and you take one and the other one bubbles up. So all that, you usually get that cleaned up in the first session, all that stuff.
Okay, I wanted to ask you a couple of things, if I can, Ines, for anybody watching this. Because the two things that really interest me about the Simpson protocol is, the first thing, you make two incredible claims, but I know they're backed up by the work you've done, especially in Germany. So it's fairly popular over there in Europe. So one of the first things you mention is that it's the whole idea of the Simpson protocol is that it's super conscious led, a word that you use a lot. And by that I mean that the therapist makes no judgment in the therapy room. Is that correct?
That's totally true.
But what exactly does that mean?
That is one of the most important parts I liked about this is when I started developing it, I was experimenting all over the place. And when I was doing regressions to things, and especially with men, they didn't want to tell me what was going on, and I needed to know, so I knew who the players were and all that kind of stuff. But I started to develop a way of doing that without me knowing anything. And by the time now, that was in 2005, now we're 2016, by now I can just get somebody to come in, sit in the chair, and say, can we work on the issue that you came here for, and start from that, and I never know a thing.
Mm-hmm. And also, you also mentioned that you reckon that you don't even need to know what the problem is. Is that true?
That's very true. That's what I say. So in class, if I'm doing a person wants to do it and they come up, I don't ask them what their issue is. I just say, you know what it is. Your superconscious knows what it is, and that's all. I don't need to know.
Even all the way through the therapy, you can
all
still all the way through.
They may tell me afterwards in a debriefing, when they come out, and may tell me, because they're excited or whatever. They may tell me something at that time, but they don't tell me necessarily before.
So you know that through the swan I use direct voice.
Yeah.
Does the superconscious ever talk to you through their voice? Through their voice? Does that happen?
I can do that, but I haven't done it. It's not built into the protocol. You can still see there's a protocol that to follow, but if you can still do anything else you ever did before in the same depths and using the superconscious.
And you'll get confirmation from them, whether it's a superconscious speaking through them or not.
Yeah.
You'll get confirmation from them
that
it's fixed. Yeah, that it's fixed.
Let's experiment with that when we're together, because I really would love to play with that. I haven't done it. I just hadn't thought of doing it. Not that I don't believe that there's those other parts of them there or other things. And
I've got some ideas. We might have a look at that. That would
that would be fun to play with. Anything.
Okay.
It's always. You see, every time I teach, it takes it to another level. Each and every time it grows and gets more. And keeping updates on my stuff is. That's why Martin started a membership site, because we just can't. It just gets so involved now that people ask so many questions on something new that happened, and if they missed it, they took the class 5 years ago. Now they'll be able to come up to speed.
Yeah.
But the other thing, the not making a judgment is incredible, because when I had to work before, I had to think, well, how will I do this, and how am I going to get there? This, I have nothing. I do not have to make that judgment, because the mind makes it all. I ask a question, it says, yes, do that, and I'll do it.
Well, and that's what we hear in forums all the time.
Yeah.
I've got this challenge, I don't know what to do,
Yeah.
what are you going to think, it's quite problematic for me. And you're saying that the therapy that you use, so the Simpson protocol, you just go in there, the subconscious does the whole thing.
Yes, that's exactly what I say. So I don't really...
Can't wait to see it.
And for when I started making this, when I started to make the questions I would ask, I never have to know anything. This is the benefit. I used to tease everybody and say that I was a lazy hypnotist, because all I had to know was not what question to ask. So I didn't have to know about this or know about that. I'd say, is there anything to do with this? And it would say yes or no, and I'd just move on. So the other thing is that every time that we update these things, and the judgments gets less and less, because it's actually simplifying every time we do it a little more. It's fun. So, yeah. Did I miss anything in that question?
No, I think you're there. I think it's fantastic.
Okay. I tend to sort of float off.
So, great. So what you're doing there and what I'm doing, I'm going to bring the swan along. We're going to be doing 3 days together. You're going to do your thing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do my swan. Either I'll do my day and your two will follow, or your two first and my day will follow. But we're going to give it to the folks as a complete package, a 3-day package, and we'll see what happens there.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun, because I love what you do. You haven't had a chance to see me in action except just...
No, I have not.
Oh. So many people say, well, don't you get bored then if you don't know anything? I don't, because it goes so fast and it's so exciting a lot of the times, or that I don't get bored. The protocol is changeable. I move all over the place. When you first start, we make it simple for students to do at the beginning, right? You know how that works. You got to have a lot of people do their little script but once they're doing it, it's very free flowing. So that's different, I think, too.
We're looking forward to it. So you'll do what you do with your part, that, as you say, you're going to show how you don't need to know what the problem is, and how the superconscious-led part allows the therapist to make no judgments in the actual therapy room. Whereas me and the swan, we blether a fair bit. We do a fair bit of talking with the part, and so it'll be interesting to see how the two kind of dovetail, if you like. Well, and maybe they can even be used together. That would be interesting.
I really want to play with that, because I think that would be exciting.
Yeah. So for my part, I'm going to be teaching the swan, of course, and the consultation I use in the therapy room. But I want to take it a stage further now. I'm going to be talking a little bit about deepeners, and whether people believe them or not. I know that you certainly do. You'll be talking about the somnambulous state to the Esdale state. Some people there is going to find it really interesting. I'm going to be talking about how I do it with some of the things that I use. And also how we take my swan to a different stage, where we really go for, always now I go for direct voice, which can scare the hell out of some therapists, but for me it's what comes natural for me.
Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah.
We'll see. So listen, we are going to be together in when's the dates?
May 6th, 7th, and 8th.
6th, 7th, and 8th of May. We're going to run it in Edinburgh. We have an idea of 2 venues, so we're not posting that just yet, but we'll do that real soon. So we'll see where we go from there. And we're going to have a page along with this so that people can look along, book early. I'm sure Martin will probably have the idea of an early bird or what have you, but we'll see what happens from there. And we'll give other snippets out as we go along.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue. So we'll just do all kinds of stuff, and if there's some question from someone that comes in and they want to know something, then we can address that as it comes.
Yeah, that's a great idea. If anyone has any idea, any questions they want before then, ask them up, and we can we'll keep this page open. We can answer these questions as we go along, and hopefully demonstrate exactly what we're talking about on the days.
Yeah, we can. When we put it up, Martin will put up all kinds of stuff, so it'll be.
He's very clever.
I just have to do the hypnosis. It's really good.
The easy part. It's just the easy part. Okay. So great. So we're looking forward to that. On the dates there, and we'll get the chance to say hello again long before then, and we'll come back and chat.
Okay, that sounds good. And I can't wait to be there in May and hang out with you and Lee. And that's sort of the best part next to the teaching, because I get kind of excited when I teach. So.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be great. Okay, so
right. See you soon.
We'll say goodbye to everyone right now.
Okay.
We'll get the chance to say hello again.
Okay. See you soon.